Alright, what's up, Dragon Brew? Today we're taking a look at a green toxic deck, but we're going real big. And this was brought to you from a viewer who's our top level member, Prom, because, well, it was a neat idea and I wanted to push it. But let's take a look at some of the cards we're going to be playing with today. Now, I'm sure by now we all know about Venerated Rot Priest, and every time one of your creatures is targeted, your opponent gets some toxic damage. And honestly, we all know about Bloated Contaminator, because the card's just good and you play it in pretty much anything that's playing aggro green right now. But we're also trying some other pieces out, like Ickerspit Basilisk, because it has Death Touch, and if we have fight spells, then that means we can kill almost anything we want. So that's pretty good. But then we're also going big, because not every card just has Toxic 1, there's some that have Toxic 3, and we're going to see if that makes a difference. So we're going to go with the Venomous Brutalizer, which is a big 4/4, and also has the ability to give us some Proliferate, which we don't really have any other way in the deck. And then we're also going to take a look at the Tyrannix Atrocity, because this actually allows us to attack with haste after a board sweeper. And if we need to finish things off over the top, we're also going to be playing Nissa to give ourselves another chance to just win with damage. And of course, Tyrannix Rex, right? This is the big daddy. This is the one that can almost always clean things up and finish things for us. So hopefully between all of these toxic things, we're going to be able to take care of business. So let's hop in and see what we can do. Yeah, this seems like a reasonable keep. I mean, maybe we get lucky in like turn 4 Nissa. Start making 4/4s, 5/5s, try to work our way up. Keep it. I mean, opponent could also end up doing the same thing, so we'll see. Or similar. Okay. They are on mono green with Gala Greeters. Interesting. Well. Kind of tempted to just see if they'll just let us run our adaptive into it, but that's just a waste. We need to get our mana right, I think. Alright. Now they've got 3 mana and can produce a treasure here. Oh, so they're just doing the hard ramp action. So they might actually be working up to a big Nissa situation. It's not good, because they're probably going to get there before we do. That is going to be a real problem. Let's see. We can play that. We can play this. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana next turn. Yeah, we still wouldn't have full-size Nissa. Oh, boy. What can we do? I mean, we could bushwhack a Greeters, but that doesn't do a lot. I mean, we're only going to have... We're only going to have a 5 loyalty Nissa pretty much no matter what next turn. I feel like we gotta kill something? Boy, this does not feel good. But they are at 15. I mean, if they play a Nissa, they're going to make a big body, and then we're kind of stuck anyway. If they don't have Nissa, let's see what they play for 5. Maybe 6, actually, because they could play a forest still. Alright. Beseiju. Silverback. Alright, it wasn't a Nissa though. So that matters. Looks like they're gonna fight something though. Ah, dang it. It's not good. Yep, there's a bushwhack. But the good news is their hand is actually whittled down a little bit. So that's something to consider. And they didn't kill our mana creature. So we're gonna go here. Remove that. And we're just going to make a 6/6. And pass. No attack. Which does grow our adaptive, obviously. We put a 6/6 into play there. So now we kind of have the advantage, because we can make a 7/7 and then set up an overrun, potentially. So this kind of turned around a little bit. That's a good combo. I like that, with the Augur and the Silverback. Alright. And they do have creatures of 3 different powers, so they could play off the top of the library. I guess they could Field of Ruin their own land if they wanted to shuffle? Oh, you're going to try to chop down Nissa. I see. If we're going to do that, though, let's block here and here. Let's just keep Nissa up big. Because making a 7/7 now that we have a 6/6 as well is going to be pretty devastating. I'll even play this just for another blocker. Next, we'll attack with the 6/6 here. Since we have a 7/7 and a Rot Priest to block with, which doesn't have a lot of value, other than just being able to be part of a big overrun attack. Alright. Opponent goes to 9. Don't think they really care if we have a land in our hand or not. We're going to end the turn. I could have attacked with a 3/3 land there as well. I think we have enough blockers that we don't have to worry about it. But the opponent can chain multiple spells off the top of their library if they get another creature. Uh-oh, what are we doing here? Could be one of those weird combos of like Tyvar, Stay, and Bushwhack. Oh no, it's a Rin and 7. Alright, we're all good then. Because now we can just minus overrun.
The entire forest is an army.
Give everything +5/+5. I'm assuming you're going to gain life here. I was going to say, because turning a creature into an 8/8 doesn't do anything. They can do that anyway, so they go to 13. Actually, that extra life might matter here. Let's see. You'd have... Oh, what? Really? I mean, I'm on a block. Am I missing something? Nope. Okay, well, that makes it easier. Sure. We'll turn one of these lands into a Deuter. Oh, I should have used a Scrap Gorger during their end step. And yeah, we'll just minus. They get trample and +1/+1 for each forest. And then we're attacking. Alright, Nissa did what Nissa had to do. That works. Oh boy, do we actually, I mean, Alright, let's just keep this and see what happens. Not super excited about this because it's actually pretty slow. But if this lives, then maybe we could do something fun. Alright, then Nissa kind of gives us another out later. Problem is, if they just play another island, then there's really no way this is going to resolve, right? Yeah, not going to happen. I mean, I'll try it, knowing it's going to get countered, but... Oh, what? Wait. It didn't get countered. Is it going to get bounced? Maybe? No, just an impulse. Okay. That's cool. Well, now this gets interesting because we're holding a Tyvar stand. You kind of have to decide if we want to go for a Nissa or not. Interesting. They've got rid of the Scrap Gorger. I guess they want to try to slow it down so they can keep instants in the graveyard. That sort of makes sense. Alright, let's attack first. See if they take that on the chin or also bounce this. Alright, that stays. I guess there's possibly an Essence Scatter that they want to get this with. Nope. Alright, I guess we just end the turn? You know what? That's enough of that. Actually, yeah, I'm going to target it anyway. Okay. So they didn't get the Scrag card. We get to keep removing things from their graveyard. So far, so good. They're going to Thirst. That's good. So they're going to, I'm assuming, going to pitch a land here. Nope, they just conceded. We'll take that. Ew. I think we have to mulligan this one on the draw. Alright, this is a bit better. Let's scrap one Loam Speaker. Not confident about that. But I think we're going to end up playing Adaptive and a Loam Speaker anyway on the first 2 turns. So another Adaptive is interesting because we could Adaptive plus Rot Priest. Though then we lose everything to, like, you know, if it deals 2 or 3 damage to all of our stuff, that's pretty terrible. So I think I want to play it a little bit safe. They may still just want to kill our Loam Speaker, though. Which, if so, is fine. We did pick up a third land. Yeah, so that's okay. I mean, I think it's still the right play for the opponent to try to kill that, but we'll see where this goes. Alright, don't really want any more land at this point, so that's a little sad. Opponent does not have kill spells there, not easy ones anyway. Alright, end the turn. We can at least protect a thing from dying, but we have to draw other threats after that, if they do have a sweeper. So let's see. There are a lot of things that could kill our team right now. Alright, those were none of them. We're away from casting that. Boy, okay. I guess we try to attack. Alright, opponent just took it all. Yeah, I guess we just end the turn. I'm trying to think, like, what else would we do here, but I guess that's it. Riveteer's Charm. Exile the 3 things and they get to play one? Alright, sure. So they got another Riveteer's Charm and a Fable. Alright. I assume they're going to want to play the Fable, but if they have something better here, those will go to waste. Yes, there's the Fable. Not a surprise. Ooh, Nissa, if we had one more land. One mo. That ain't going to cut it, though. This feels really bad because I think we have to keep attacking. Alright. I'm going to pump this once, twice, I guess. I don't know. I'm doing nothing else with my mana. Alright, opponent's at 7. I mean, I guess we could draw something and kill him. However, now we just need to draw land for Nissa, I think. Having our creatures survive these next couple turns with their hands loaded and they've got 5 mana. I was going to say, yeah, there was no chance. Odds were super low. We did not get the land for the Nissa, so that's disappointing. And we are really up against it now. Yep, that thing's good. Probably going to end up getting to kill our creature no matter what with what they pull. Yep. Makes sense. And now they get to copy their thing, and I think it's just too late now. Waited too long to get our land for the Nissa. I think we're wrecked. I could play the Nissa. We could make a 4/4, but they're going to copy the dragon. They only have a Brotherhoods in, though. 3 cards at random. I guess we still got to do it, you know? Can't play all that. We can pay 5, so... Go down to 16. Fortunately, that's the first damage we're taking. But we know Nissa's dead here. Like, this just is what it is. We're probably losing this turn. This is tough. This is tough. I mean, I guess if we keep drawing land, maybe we could get a Tyrannix hit to be the finisher. But that would be about all. Now, I guess if they copy the Hellraiser, they would have to remove things from their graveyard, I think. So I'm not sure totally how that would work. I mean, we'll gamble on hopefully drawing it. Actually, no, are we just dead? No, we're not dead yet. They can hit us for 8. I mean, if they have 4 damage, we're dead. Actually, if they would have copied the dragon during our end step, we'd have been dead. Because then they could have made another one on their turn. Yep, that's not going to do it. All right, GG's. Man, that was tough. Ugh, mulligan for sure. Okay, this is not bad. It's all right. Turn 1 adaptive, turn 2 Gorger. Could possibly adaptive plus Contaminator on the next turn. Oh, wait. But I have to get rid of one of these. You know what? Here's to gambling. Because that's all that is just a straight up gamble. Because if the Scrap Gorger dies, this whole plan goes to crap. I'm really supposed to mulligan and get rid of an adaptive. But greed, you know. Okay, well, we found a land, so that makes it not so bad. Alright. We'll try? Oh, it resolved. Nice. Sure. Okay. I could have done that first and got another counter on the adaptive, but I was just checking things out. I guess though I should have done it anyway, because if they had a counter, it wouldn't have changed anything. Because if they don't have a counter, then I get a +1. If they do, well, the board looks the same, just minus Contaminator. It didn't matter, though. Okay, I guess we'll keep it. Not 100% sure how this is going to work, but let's find out. Rot Priest, do you get to hang out? Nope, you die. Fair enough. Can't blame the opponent for that. Yeah, I was afraid about it. This hand actually may not end up doing much. So, I mean, they kill this, and then we're pretty much doing nothing the rest of the way. Only benefit is we do trample there, so that's kind of cool. I guess if we were to pick up Tyvar Stand, we'd be able to prevent one of these from dying. But, I mean, if they're going to kill it while we're tapped out. It's probably the smart move. Or that, just make a sacrifice. So Tyvar Stand doesn't matter anyway. And it's not like we were going to find it, so sure. Okay. Okay, we can just get out of this one.
Nobody knows Dominaria's shadows like me.
Okay, opponent goes first. This is actually okay, because we can adaptive, Rot Priest, and then Basilisk, growing the adaptives. So, alright, there's a little bit of something here. Don't know if it's going to be fast enough, but it's at least conceptually cool. We shall see. Storm Drakes. Well, that's going to be fun. And we'll play this. And we'll attack. Alright, they're probably going to want to play an enchantment, attack, draw cards here, something like that. It's usually what you do. Put something on the Drake, draw a card, and then attack, draw a card. They're thinking about it. Yep, there's combat research. You get to draw. Then you attack, you get to draw. I mean, if it stays back to block, we're cool with that too. I mean, yeah, you can have all the cards in the world. We can live with that. Like, our plan is just racing at this point. So unless those are a bunch of things that bounce things, or a way for them to play a bunch of bodies, we don't care that much. However, this card sort of changes things. I'm going to assume they have a way to protect that, at least for the moment being. So I'm going to do this and just get the damage in that we can. Because, you know, 7 is a real number there. And then if we can find one of our 4 toughness things here, or power things here, that would be really good. I don't know what the likelihood of that is, and connecting, but we'll see. Yep, they're going to attack, get 2 more cards. Sounds good. The other thing, too, is if their hand is a bunch of defensive things, we don't care greatly either. I mean, the creature's still just a 2/1 right now. And they have to play blockers here, right? Because we're attacking for a minimum of 8. There's their Rot Priest, which we assume they played somewhere along the way. I mean, now they can play all their other stuff that targets things and all that good stuff. Alright, what do we do with this? I think we still just attack with everything here. Doesn't change enough, I guess. And if they do something, we can respond by hitting a thing with Infectious Bite. With our Death Toucher. Yeah, seems fine by me. End the turn? I'm wondering what type of defensive cards they have, since they didn't try to, I guess maybe Tyvar Stand? Because they didn't try to protect the thing there. I mean, now they're at 5. And if we resolve a Nissa, we can make 4/4s, which would pump both adaptives. Alright, Ivy works. Gonna attack, draw cards. Maybe not, I don't know, they're at 5. Maybe it's not worth it to them. Okay. I mean, if they have the defensive cards, they have it. We ain't gonna do squat about it here. I mean, there is a world where we could try to get them to spin them on their turn. I don't know that they would, but it's a thought. Because I don't think we're going to... Like, this card's basically dead otherwise, right? If we target this, they could let it target their other things. They're not going to do that. Alright. I'm going to target Ivy, knowing that this isn't going to work. But we'll see. And if they do have something like March or whatever, it would just do it now so we get our creatures back during our untap step. But it depends. I mean, they have cards to waste. They could discard things, so we'll see. We could still be much closer to dead than it looks like. Alright, then we take a poison. And then now this gets stopped, I'm assuming. And we'll take another 2 poison. I mean, we could be wrong. I mean, maybe not, but we'll see. But they could play the one that gives you +1 and untaps, and then they'd get the Drake back. And that would make sense, too. Tyvar stand. Okay. Sure. So they have 1 blue left. That is good to know. Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure that means this resolves. Actually, yeah, I have to do that. And then we make a 4/4. And then we attack. And you gotta block the 4s at a minimum. Nope, they're just gonna take it. Alright, we'll take a win there. Alright, we'll see if the Scrap Gorger lives. That's kind of what some of this is relying on. Now, if it lives and we get a land, we could just go straight to Brutalizer into Atrocity. Would be kind of cool. But, I mean, the white decks are playing so many points of removal, this may not even be a thing. Nope, it's just an Informant this time. What type of white deck is this? Reanimator of some kind? Interesting. Would not necessarily have called that, but cool. Argument here to be made that maybe playing Contaminator is better since we have the Tyvar stand as a backup. That's kind of a real question there. But here, let's go with this. We're just going to go big. Alright. Please don't sweep our board. Please don't sweep our board. Wandering Emperor. Alright. Nuisance, but not the worst thing.
Now you've done it. That's coming off.
Ooh, another Tyvar stand. We like that. We like those. Yeah, we'll attack here, even though poisoning the opponent is nice. Cool part is we can actually do this, and we have 2 Tyvar stands, so if they do have a depopulate, we could save 2 creatures. Wandering Emperor. Sure. Is that enough for us to win from here?
Anyone who harms my people must contend with me.
For 0, confirm. Alright, let me do some quick math. Opponent's at 3 poison. We can get them to 6 to 7 to 8. We're 1 short of Tyrannix Rex here. Why did I not use Scrap Gorgers during their instep? I'd have been able to attack for 3 here, which would have made a big difference. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Well, it still wouldn't have been enough. It would have been 14. All right, never mind. I guess we wouldn't have killed them, but they would be definitely lower, and that makes a difference. So we're going to go... If I attack here, we get more poison in. So let's do that. All right, opponent goes to 6 poison. In the turn. Also, now if we find a land, we would be able to Tyrannix Rex. Fable is a thing. We'll remove some things from the yard. Take our turn. We do get to play a big Tyrannix Rex. And that might do it. That's a lot of toxic. Yep. All right. We'll take it. Huh. Weird ones with this deck sometimes. All right. Let's gamble on this. Because if we get any of our other 1s and 2s that aren't adaptives, we could grow this on turn 2 and then start playing Contaminators, which is kind of nice. Still a bunch of what if, but we'll see. Alright, we completed the first part of the mission. Let's see what they got. I feel like we're seeing a lot of both white and black decks on the ladder lately, too. Something to keep in mind. Yep, there's Ossification. Gonna come after our Rot Priest. I mean, I would. I mean, maybe you don't. Because maybe if they don't have a way to deal with the damage. But I would assume they're going to choose the Rot Priest. Yep. And that makes a lot of sense. Let's put the opponent down to 15. Now, I would like to find a Tyvar stand here for the inevitable sweeper that eventually shows up, but for the time being, we'll see if this works. Okay, there's a wedding announcement. How do we feel about that? Oh, I really, really, really want to play a bloated Contaminator, but I also feel like we're just walking into a depopulate, I guess. Oh, why is this so difficult? You know what? I think I'm just going to throw caution to the wind and just say, you know what? If you got it, you got it. Let's make them play it here. We'll have a Contaminator behind. Don't know if it's good enough, but we'll see. Yep. If you got it, now's the time. Or even a Wandering Emperor is actually really good here too. Yeah. Get rid of our Contaminator.
Now you've done it. Hat's coming off.
Feels pretty good though that there's not something there otherwise. Okay, this is a thing, right? Might as well kill the Wandering Emperor. Ah, man, putting the opponent down to 6, though. I don't think we can afford to. Alright. Much as I want to. Still same situation as last turn. We didn't get anything to protect our creatures. So, yeah. If they got it, they got it. An owl, though. Alright. Brutalizer. Not quite what we're looking for, but not terrible either. Okay, no attacks. Nessa here wouldn't be bad. Being able to remove an enchantment and get a solid attack in would help. But we're kind of on slim margins at this point. Ooh, I wonder what they're going to call with their Peacekeeper. But I will say this, though. Now that they're doing this, the odds of them sweeping the board are very low. Also, reality, if we got Nissa, we'd be making a single body. So that's something else to keep in mind, too. It may not be that good here. Except for removing an enchantment. But by doing so, we would be able to attack across the board, and they wouldn't have a quality trade. Well, now they have more 4/4s, so that changes that narrative a little bit. Yep, we take 6. Alright, down to 14. Oh, Tyrannix Rex, you are so far away from being quality here. Alright. Might just be too little too late. Opponent had the right cards, right time here. I didn't even pay attention to what this called, ultimately. Then, oh, just calling another Brutalizer. That's fine. Like, I can't really do much with it, so it's okay. Yep, we go all the way down to 8. Sounds good. Alright, we go to 4. I mean, I guess I could trade. I mean, I guess I'll block with an adaptive. That seems worthwhile, I suppose. I mean, otherwise we'd just be at lethal next turn, so I kind of have to block. And coincidentally, we drew another Brutalizer. Doesn't help our case, though. So what can we do? I mean, if we attack, they block with the 2/2. Is there a world where... I don't know. Alright, let's attack. They probably block the Brutalizer. No. I mean, if they block the Contaminator with the Dawn Sky, then they take no poison. If they block the other way to kill the 3 toxic thing, then maybe... Yeah, it's not getting any of our creature enhancement things or whatever here. Ugh, and they have a commando. Alright, GG's. We didn't have a chance there. Yeah, we'll keep this. We'll see where it goes. I'm very curious. Alright, Scrap Gorger. They are ramping up a bit better than we are. No attacks. Man, I kind of want to play Basilisk because we have Bushwhack, but I also might want to wait. Yeah, let's go ahead and just go with this here. And if they have a fight spell, they have a fight spell. So be it. Because then we could Basilisk, Bushwhack, maybe get in with more damage. There's a real chance they have a fight spell here, though. Nope, another Topiary Stomper. Well, that's good. So it means there's not really blockers in the way. And we could Bushwhack away the Scrap Gorger. So that's a thing. That's also a thing. Wow, options galore, huh? I guess we kind of want to do this. Is there a way? Let's see, 1, 2. No, we only have 5 mana. Boy. Alright, I guess we just do this then. And then we attempt to Bushwhack a Scrap Gorger. I mean, they can save it if they have a Tyvar stand. Alright, they don't. So we get to put a good chunk of poison on the opponent here. Yeah, might as well attack, get the point in. Why not? Alright, so opponent goes to 5. 6, actually. So these represent lethal toxic on board. Opponent has 5 lands. So unless they fetch to put 2 in... Oh, they have Awake in the Woods. Okay, well, that'll do it. You know what? Might as well block one. Because if we don't, we're not going to get to punch through it anyway, because they'd just be there to block. So, is what it is. Adaptive is neat. So let's do this. And this. And very likely they're setting up for a Nissa turn here. Which don't think there's anything we can do. We turn this into a 3/3. And then we just attack. Okay, that's not so bad, actually. We can live with that. Like, that as the outcome is fine, considering what it could have been. Now, they do actually still have 7 here. Okay, so say they could have Nissa'd, but that didn't happen, so that's good news. So now we need another fight spell. Or what? I guess fight spell or Nissa is viable here. Alright, that helps. So now we gotta figure out what to kill. We can kill Topiary Stomper with this. This ends up blocking here. This gets blocked somewhere. Alright, well either way. Alright, get the big blocker out of the way. Turn a land into a 3/3. And we'll just get in with everybody. The Brutalizer is still lethal poison here. Exactly, so that had to be blocked. Okay, we don't die to a lethal Nissa now, so that's good news. We still get to keep our Death Toucher alive, also good. Yep. Do get to make a big 8/8 body, though, and that's real. So we desperately need another fight spell here. If there was ever a time to get one, now is it. That is not going to help. Opponent's at 10 life, and I don't think we have enough to do anything here. Block that, kill that. Yeah, we kind of need a Nissa of our own to start trying to go wide. Alright, GG's. We're dead. They can just overrun us next turn. Alright, weird, but let's just see if we're playing a Nissa game here. I don't think we've had a hand where it's just mana, Nissa. So let's see. Against mono red, this is going to be kind of tough, too, to make work, but it's a neat idea. Picking up the Contaminator helps, because it will draw some damage away from our creatures temporarily. Oh, it's red-black. Oh, so they could have just straight-up spot removal. Yep, which means we will not get to hold on to this Contaminator very long. So if we play this, we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... No, let's go ahead and go with this. And at least force the opponent into some plays here. So they can use Harvester, kill a Contaminator. Wouldn't be able to attack with the Epicure. We could play Scrap Gorger and something maybe next turn, depending on what we draw, and then try for a big Nissa. That would be ideal if it happened that way, but I don't know. I mean, that feels like we're asking for a lot. Yeah, Contaminator's dead. As expected. So this becomes a little bit of an issue because we can just go for big Nissa next turn. I guess we do. We just pass. Because I'd rather just play Nissa and try to make an 8/8. If we get to keep our Scrap Gorgers. That's a lot of ifs in there, but... I said, well, it's an if, but it's a really big one. And a Shieldred. Okay. Attack. We'll probably just chump block. Well, are we just chump blocking with the Rot Priest? Hold on. Because if we don't, we have that to block for Nissa next turn if we do go full 7. Though, the other question becomes, do we even need to go full 7 here? Right? Making a 6/6 is... Or, yeah, that would still be good enough. Alright, I'm going to give them a card, reluctantly. I feel like I want an extra blocker next turn, especially with like them having Shieldred plus probably removal in hand. Feels like that's smarter. No clue if it's truly smarter, but that's what it feels like. Yep, we take damage. Then we're just going to do this for 3, 4, 5. I guess we do it for 6. Yeah, that makes sense. And then we'll make a 6/6. Then pass. Alright, I mean, they also could have something just outright removes a Planeswalker, and then we're kind of wrecked. But, because I think Edict could make us sacrifice a Planeswalker. And then we're in all kinds of trouble. But for now, this is what we're going to do. Okay, that's not bad. Okay. I mean, our life total's not going to last very long, so that's a real problem. But this is at least starting out okay. Because we might be able to just make another 7/7 and then try to overrun for the win, which would be different. Oh, that sucks. I'm going to attack with everything? Our life total's low enough that this could get pretty precarious. But we would block and trade if on a Shieldred, for sure. I'm kind of hoping they don't attack, though. But who knows? Maybe they're deciding if they want to attack us or into Anissa. Like, those connect. They get some cards where they get to gain life anyway. Okay, they're doing nothing there. That's some good news. Now it's, can we draw another reasonable body off the top? Oh. Hold on. So we could just fight a Shieldred, huh? Not even fight, just bite it. Alright, that's damage. Let's go big 7/7. Play that. Pass the turn. Let's see. Hopefully they don't have Invoke Despair here. Though from source you deal non-combat damage, you would deal twice. And we're at 9. You can deal 1 right now, so it'd be 2. We go to 7. We're going to kill Shieldred, so we don't have to worry about going to 5. Ooh, this is tight. We also would be killing creatures and have a spell in the yard, so we would get our Scrap Gorgers to +3. Wow, this is going to be real close. Alright, down to 7. Opponent's passing and not attacking. That's what we wanted to see. Alright, so we'll have this. Shoot that. I mean, poison's not really going to matter here. Okay. And then this is going to remove Shieldred. This is going to remove our own spell. Alright, that works. And then we take our turn. And I think if we minus Nissa, they've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then these would all be +6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 30. Minus 12 is 18. Plus we have another 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yep, that should be enough.
I have failed. You won't.
Unless they have a spot removal card here, I guess. Well, now it doesn't kill anything. Alright, they all have Trampoly. Wow, this game was cool and did not go the way I thought it was going to go, but we'll take it. Yep. Oh, why did it not put the counter on the other one? Why, Arena? Why would you... We have one at 2 and Arena did not. Ugh. Ugh. Why? Why would it not do that? If we're a point short now because of my math, like... Ugh. I think we're still okay. But that's annoying. Like, one has 3 counters, one has 2, and it puts it on the one that already has 3. Alright, game's over anyway. Alright, so a couple of interesting tidbits here that we discovered about the list. I actually think the mana creatures were fine, and I think Adapted was fine. We won some games because we were able to get those out early. I think the problem here is just stuff like the Tyrannix Atrocity, I think is just not good enough. Even though having haste post-sweeper or whatever is kind of cool, that just never even came up. as it turns out. So I would rather just have things we could cast more reliably, especially being able to go from 2 mana with the mana creature to 4 mana on the next turn. I think if we cut the atrocities, we could actually get by with like maybe another brutalizer, possibly 2. I don't know. I do think there's also room for either another bushwhack, or if we wanted to change to playing 2 Tamiyo safekeeping, but maybe something to defend our creatures, because there are a lot, and we're seeing a lot of white and black on the ladder, playing ossifications, lay down arms, go for the throats, infernal grasp, like it just piles and piles and piles, right? If that's the case, then maybe we do, even though I do like having another removal spell, especially if we decide to play more Basilisk, I think that's could be the right call still. I like the idea of having more ways to keep more creatures alive, because that seems to be the main issue we're running into. So if we were to do something, we could cut down 1 Tyrannix Rex, just to make the casting cost a little bit smoother in this deck, truthfully. And maybe go up another Basilisk. Or if we don't go up the Basilisk, like I said, we could cut the Bushwhack and play, because especially since we reduced the mana cost of the deck a bit, and then we can go to Tamiyo's Safekeeping and play 2 of those. So now we have 6 ways to keep our creatures alive, which I think is pretty good. And it's a little bit closer. Maybe there's a world where we could do, like, without a Scrap Gorger or without a Loam Speaker, potentially cut one of those and then put us in a situation that we could play another of the Icarspit Basilisk, because this actually has been pretty good the times it's come up. But yeah, for now, this is probably what the final list that I post will look like, because I think this is in the space that we want to be in for the most part. But all told, this is going to make our final list 4 Evolving Adaptive, 2 Tamiyo Safekeeping, 4 Rot Priest, 3 Armored Scrap Gorger, 4 Infectious Bites, 3 Llanowar Loam Speaker, 4 Bloated Contaminator, 2 Icarspit Basilisk, 4 Venomous Brutalizer. We're going to go with 2 Nissas. We're down to 1 Tyrannus Rex. We're going to keep the full set of 4 Tyvar Stand. We're going to play 1 Beseiju and 23 Forest. That's going to be it. Easy to build, easy to play. Alright, so all that being said, truthfully, I don't think this is any better than playing one of the mono-green aggro decks, right? Whether we're playing just the regular creature aggro or playing the mana-heavy aggro to amplify a Nissa. I think both of those are going to be better than playing this. Partly because you kind of get caught in a situation where you're trying to kill opponents with poison, but I think we only killed like 2 or 3 opponents with poison. We actually ended up just killing them with creature damage. And if that's going to be the case, then why are we not just playing more consistently better creatures? You know, I think that's sort of where I came out of this. I think if you do want to do big green poison, this is probably the way to do it. However, I think you're still going to be benefited by trying to go the other route and just saying, hey, what if we just went ahead and played better creatures? I think that's where things sit. But overall, the deck was still fun and we did some really cool things. But at the end of the day, it's basically just a 50-50 deck. You're not going to win a significant amount of games. You're not going to lose a significant amount of games. You're just going to have a good time. You might come out slightly ahead, but it's not going to be any better than playing those other versions. Now, the fun part about this is it does use a lot of cards that are commons and uncommons and cards that you may not be using for anything else. So that's actually pretty good. And it makes it a pretty reasonable deck to build. The only rares you're playing, except outside of, I guess, Tyrannix Rex, you will probably play in other things anyway. I think that's pretty cool. That's always a benefit, but just something to think about. I would probably build one of the other green lists before building this one. And now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Melira Sylvok Outcast. This is just one of those really cool cards that just stops you from getting poison. It can stop your creatures from getting negative counters, which is great. But I think more importantly, this is the type of card that sort of hides in the background little by little as time goes by. And then something like this happens where we get a set with a bunch of toxic or poison counters. And then a card like Melira ends up going up in value because it's one of the few things that actually stops poison. So sometimes if you're looking for value, you kind of gotta go digging and say, okay, is there a card that does this? And magically you find a thing from like 12 years ago that actually does what you need to do. And the minute we saw Toxic, I kind of knew this card was going to be sought after a bit. Now, is it big enough that you're seeing Toxic in a bunch of Commander games? No, but it is something to keep your mind on cards like this, because even if you're not using it, it does leave opportunity for you to trade it or sell it for value. And if you did enjoy today's deck list, but you're curious what I was talking about on that like high mana Nissa deck, I'm going to link it here so you can go check it out. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.